Hey everyone, this is Kenny and this is day number 14 of 100 Days of Making Comics. It's where I take at least 30 minutes each day for the next 100 days and I work on my Slayer comic. Unfortunately, right now I'm still working on dialogue, which isn't a very glamorous, thing when it comes to making comics. It can be tedious and time-consuming, but it's got to be done. Everyone, everyone wants to see, cool artwork, drawing tutorials, and that's something we'll get to. Right now, I'm just out here relaxing, trying to get my mind in the right place, sitting on a bench like Forrest Gump, just writing down notes and ideas and stuff, for the dialogue for the Slayer issue 1. Let me show you what I've got right here. A lot of questions I need to ask myself and keys to writing dialogue. That's more about character. Listen to the way people talk. Develop your ear by listening to the way people talk. Basically, you don't want to write any dialogue that doesn't sound like something someone would say. Real people don't talk long-winded like a dictionary or something. There's a lot of pauses and slang, the way they say it. Another thing is edit out filler words and unessential dialogue. If it doesn't contribute to the plot, then you don't need it, and they're taken away from the story. Basically, what that's saying is, say what you need that benefits the story and the plot. You don't need a lot of unnecessary dialogue that don't make sense or go with the story. Aunt May say she's running out to the grocery store. If that means the vulture, it's going to lead into the vulture is going to swoop down and pick her up. It's gotta benefit the story and make sense. No one cares. That Aunt May, found a special on bread, for that issue unless it contributes to the story. Nobody cares about that. Don't provide too much info at once. Let the story unfold naturally. Trust the reader to remember important story details from earlier in the story. Basically what that's saying, and it's pretty self-explanatory, you don't want to give everything away at once, and it doesn't sound natural for someone just to inform the reader of every little thing that's going on, in just a couple of panels. It needs to unfold naturally as the story unfolds, and the reader is pretty smart and will remember little details, later on, as more stuff is revealed. Wow, that truck's really loud. Hold on just 1 second. Wow, now there's a plane. Wow, that's pretty active here at the park, isn't it? Okay, it's dying down now, I think. Where was I at? Don't provide too much info at once. Let everything unfold naturally. The reader will catch on and remember, important details later on. I'll just read this off instead of bouncing the camera back and forth. Avoid falling back on stereotypes. That's a good one. Punctuate dialogue correctly. The rules for punctuating dialogue can be tricky, and you want to make sure you got a firm grasp on that before you go writing dialogue and with proper punctuation. It's not so much issue, for comics as more it is like a book, like a novel or something. But still, it's something important you need to remember, and I'm gonna try to be real careful about that. You should have different points of views when your characters are in a conversation. People aren't the same. It should fit their character. How they respond to something that's said. That no one's perfect. No one's going to get along and agree on everything. So you need to make sure their dialogue fits their character when they're in a conversation. They should disagree anyway to keep it a little interesting. And each character has their own point of view, so you need to translate that, in with your dialogue as they're talking. Avoid long monologues. Break up the dialogue with some action from time to time, and it doesn't have to be like a battle royale. It could be they're stopping to answer the phone, or any little thing to break up the dialogue will keep the reader interested, because long-winded monologues that can become boring. Use dialogue to create tension. It's a good way to establish some kind of situation of crisis for your character is in the dialogue. Mix up speech patterns. Some characters should be long-winded, and some should keep it short. Everyone's not the same there. You've got some people who are know-it-alls and like to hog the conversation. And there's other people who answer quickly and shortly. Yep, sure did. That's right. I agree with you. Everyone's different in that aspect. So you should have that also match their characteristics, their character type. Just like real people, just like what you hear, use that to your advantage. The way you hear people talk, the way they respond in the conversation, all that is important. But at the same time, you need to cut what you don't need that'll fit the story. Keep the interesting stuff in the dialogue. Drop the boring stuff. But the main thing to remember is make sure it sounds like something someone would say. Sound it out. Hear yourself say the words before you commit to it. Then change what's needed, because I'm sure things sound differently when you say them aloud than when you're reading them. That's about it. I just come out here to kind of give me a little inspiration. Kind of was hoping to be a little more quieter than it is, but it is what it is. I'm still out of the house. Got off work this morning. Got cleaned up, and I just said, well, I'm gonna go out here to the park and where it's quiet and try to relax, and this will keep me awake too, because I have been nodding off a little bit while working at the computer desk on the script. So even though this isn't glamorous, I'm still working on my comic, trying to get the dialogue like I wanted. Just want to share those important, some rules to go by that I'm trying to apply to my dialogue writing. I guess that's it. I'm going to get out of here and go home and get some sleep. And got to work tonight. They popped another day on me. I was supposed to be off tonight and have a long weekend, but they gave me a little short notice saying, guess what, you got to work tonight. They didn't get the orders out in time and had some mechanical issues with the machine, so back to it again tonight. I really hate that, but I've got to do what I've got to do, and I'll still be off a few days, so hopefully I can knock a dent in this story and get back to inking on that the cover. But anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to get some rest. Talk to you later. Peace.